Hi everyone, so today I'm back with another foundation review, and today for this foundation review I'm going to be reviewing the newly released April Skin Magic Snow Fixing Foundation. This is completely different from the previous one I reviewed, which was the black casing. I'll just give you a comparison. So if you check the link below, I will link in the mentions video kind of section. I reviewed this. It's called the Magic Snow Cushion in the black casing, which is said to be more full coverage kind of formula, but it's definitely a dewy finish. And if you want to see my thoughts on that, you can check out that video. But today I'll be reviewing this snow fixing cushion, and I suppose the difference would be that this is supposed to be a little more mattifying, as well as I guess similar in coverage, just suited more to oily skin people or people who just want that kind of one-dimensional flat appearance. I got the shade 23, so yeah, I'll leave all the links below of where I got it and everything like that. So if you want to see how this cushion performs throughout the day, then just keep on watching. So this is the state of my skin at the moment. It's not looking too great. There are quite a number of cystic acne that are subsiding, and it's actually quite painful, but yeah, it's quite normal for me at this stage. And I'm also sick, so it doesn't really help that my skin kind of breaks out quite terribly when I get sick. So yeah, this is how the compact looks like. It's in this like baby pink metallic matte sort of finish. And inside it's pink as well with a compact mirror. It comes with a air puff, which is similar to the other April Skin one. I think this, comparatively to other air puffs, this is also similar to the Laneige kind of air puff, so that's good. I'm just gonna open it. It has a seal. But basically, as you guys saw, the cushion's kind of different. It's not really a sponge. It seems to have like a veil or like a mesh on top, and yeah, it's not really like one of those BB cushions that have a really, you know, dense sponge. This one seems a little more like below the surface of the mesh is the sponge. I'm not sure if I'm describing this accurately, but it feels like that to me. There's a veil over the actual sponge sitting inside the compact. So yeah, let's just try how it feels. I'm going to be using the Hourglass Mineral Primer. Looks like that. It's my favorite. It's really good. Okay, so let's proceed to applying the cushion. I'm just going to use the air puff as you would with any BB cushion. So this is how it looks on half my face. I think this has, similar to the other shade in 23 of the April Skin line, it does have quite a peachy undertone, to which it makes me look a little more white and not really yellow in undertone, which I usually am, yellow olive. So yeah, but I think shade match wise, as you can see, compared to both sides, it isn't that far off. But I'm not one to like to look really white, you know, or brighten, contrary to many Asians. But I like a tan look, and even though I'm not really tan, but I like to maintain the natural essence of my skin. But yeah, coverage wise, as you can see, it's a full-on medium. If I look closely into the mirror, my acne scarring is still peeking through, those of predominantly purple discolorations, and yeah, it's kind of not as full coverage as I would like it to be. So let's just try building up coverage on those areas. So it's not exactly super buildable, but it does give a high medium coverage right off the bat, that I can say, and I quite like it. I think that it it serves its purpose as a neutralizing sort of face base, and I would like to have to use lesser concealer after using a foundation, so that kind of explains why I would like it to be slightly buildable, but a concealer can easily wipe out any acne spots or that kind of thing. So I think it's really good. At the moment, the finish it's giving me is actually kind of like, it's slightly tacky, but it looks kind of like a demi matte. So I'm not really sure what the claim of the foundation is, and I don't know if you guys know this, but every time I film my foundation reviews, I don't check up on the actual product only until I edit it, just so that whatever I'm saying is actual truth, and how I sort of review it based on how it sits on my skin, as well as being in this climate and how my skin is performing and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm not really sure if the claims match up with what I'm saying, which is, you know, that's how honest reviews work. But anyways, yeah, I am just going to apply it on the other side, but it's still looking really matte and really nice, and I actually quite like this more than the other April Skin cushion, because I mean, at the moment it doesn't make my skin look too aged, if that's a thing. But previously when I used the black April Skin cushion, it was dewy and hydrating in the day, and when I came back at night it kind of sunk into my fine lines and made me look a lot more aged, which is not what I want in a foundation base. So let's just see how this one performs. And yeah, that's how it looks from further away. Don't mind this thing. It's just like a really cute bow, but yeah, it's just to keep my hair out of the way. As you can see from afar, it does make me look a lot more fair, and that's not the look I generally go for. What happens is that when I do get a very light foundation, I bronze the whole complexion like quite a bit, but it does really make me look white. Some people might like this look, the whole brightening effect, but I think it makes me look kind of sick and pale. But yeah, other than that, the shade match isn't great, and this is the darkest one. As usual, when products don't really celebrate kind of deeper, darker skin tones, and that's a fact. But yeah, I guess some places do kind of deeper, darker skin tones, but you just have to explore. Yeah, but for this, not so much. And yeah, as you can see from afar, it's quite a demi matte sort of finish. It does have a slight tack to it, but it looks really great. And what I can say this in comparison to the Magic Snow cushion is that this Magic Snow cushion is a lot more dewy in finish. I mean, it's creamy and dewy, but it's not super matte, if that makes sense. And also, if you can see, the cushion itself is kind of an actual sponge, but this one had a veil on top of it. So just on first impressions basis, those are the standout kind of differences I can tell you. So yeah, I'm just going to do the rest of my makeup and I'll get back to you when I'm done. So that's how everything looks like. I just put quite a bit of bronzer just so that it doesn't look too white and too pasty, but I think overall I did not set my face with any sort of powder, but I did use quite a bit of cream products. So if you can see additional sheen on the cheeks that's coming from this highlight trio, so I used the highlight, the blush and the bronzer as well. So I think the finish of it still maintained itself. One thing to note is that it does not set completely budge proof. If you do any sort of blush work on top, or like if you're going to add blush and blend it on top of this foundation, it will shift. And I found myself to have a lot more acne scarring being revealed, so that's kind of annoying. But I think overall I still like the coverage it gives. I think that if you are a kind of person that just applies foundation, does your brows, does your lashes and does not touch your foundation, you will really enjoy this. But for me, because I do several other steps on top of it to bring back color, to contour, to add definition, that kind of thing, so it matters to me if the foundation sets really well. So yeah, this is how it looks at the beginning of the day. It's about 9 AM and I'll check back in when I get back from you know, just a full day of errands, and it's kind of looking really grim and kind of rainy today, so we'll see how that holds up in that kind of climate. So yeah, I'll just check back in when I get back. Okay, so I'm back from a pretty long day and it's about 7 p.m. But as you can see, I'm looking kind of greasy on my hair, but let's just leave that alone. Yeah, so as you can see, it kind of looks pretty similar to when I left in the morning. I just feel like I look a little more greasy, just a little bit at the T-zone and that kind of thing, but that's just due to the fact that I did not set my foundation. But I think also what I find is that as I wore this throughout the day, my natural oil production kind of seeped through and the foundation kind of looked a lot more natural, and it did not look like it was too demi matte, if that makes sense, and it no longer maintains that kind of finish. It actually looks a lot dewier now, so anyone out there who is concerned about it looking too matte, it won't, as long as you don't set it. And also if you are oily, it will naturally just look really skin-like. But I think that overall, another area of concern is that I don't know whether it's just April skin cushions, but I tend to feel like in my T-zone, especially this area, it accentuates my textured skin a little bit. It's not like I have really bad textured skin, but it makes me look like I kind of have a severe problem with texture around this area as well as the tip of my nose. For some reason, I'm not sure if the formulation just doesn't sit right on my skin or doesn't sit right in Singapore's climate, but it makes me wonder, why does April skin cushions sit like that on my face? It kind of still makes me look a little bit aged, but I think overall on other aspects of my face, likewise the formulation has maintained itself and it looks kind of pretty decent coverage. It looks like a medium, solid medium coverage, so I have nothing much else to add. But yeah, I hope you guys don't mind that I'm being a little critical, but I just find that with BB cushions, with its formulation and the way it's compact and how much you pay for it, it's worth checking up on which is the best for your skin. And yeah, this is one that you might want to pass out on, just cause I'm not a fan of how it looks like right here. It kind of looks a little crinkly and just not super useful, if that makes sense. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my honest review, and if you did, do give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. So with that, I'll see you guys. Bye!